Okay, this is chapter 1 of what is this game called? The Lost City? I think that's what we're playing today. I started a new game just to test out the volume, and I think I've got it down to where I'm happy with it. A message from the developers. This game was developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Your support allows us to continue to... Okay. This is a mystery adventure with multiple endings. It rewards thoughtful conversation and exploration, not brute force. The fate of the city is in your hands. Present day. I missed the last part of that intro on the first screen there. Oh well. Hopefully that wasn't important. Hello.
Hey,
Whoa.
you're
Big eyes.
alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind.
No.
All I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Alright, select your body type. Male or female? We'll go with the man. Enter. Oh, alright. Picked a skin tone there. I just kind of rushed through that player. Let's go with my name, Chris.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but
Pry away.
any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing
No.
you remember?
I was searching for ancient ruins. What's this at the bottom? Archaeologists. Years of studying history give you occasional insights into the ancient world. Oh, okay. So we're going to pick the character type that we want based on what we pick here. All right. I was on a covert mission. You have a military-issued firearm, but only 10 bullets. You'll have to use them judiciously since there's no way to get more. That doesn't seem like what I'd want to choose based on what the developers told me, that you don't want to use brute force in this game. So I'll probably not pick the soldier. Your time on the run, this is a fugitive one. Your time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet, and you're 25% faster when sprinting. Alright. Amnesiac. Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. Okay. So these give you nice bonuses to your character. This one seems interesting, though. The archaeologist one. It seems like it will sort of widen the story that we're about to embark on, and yeah, maybe you'll learn a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a
Al.
few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him. So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Why don't you go in there, Big Eyes? Okay, mind if I ask some questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
Alright. Yeah, what's your story?
There's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
No? What are you doing here? You're not even going to tell me your name?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
What? Alright. This lady's getting very suspicious as we continue this conversation. I'd really like to know, especially if I'm going to be helping you. Why don't you want to tell me? Never mind, I don't care that much. Yeah, let's
All
go with
right,
this one.
fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that... I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Okay. All right, Karen. I mean, she's lived up to her name so far. She's being a real Karen. Oh, those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh? That's funny, but let's just befriend this lady. Well, thank you for saving my life, Karen.
You're welcome. Always happy to help. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, who's Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not.
What?
But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
So Karen was just standing here, and Al showed up, according to her, and then I showed up. This lady's very suspicious. Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the
Italy?
Tiber.
Why don't you have an accent, Karen? What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
What are you doing out here then? Alright, that's all the questions
Great.
I had.
So you're ready to go look for Al?
Sure.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Flashlight. Heavy duty battery powered flashlight. We can examine it. It is a flashlight. And take item. Alright. New main goal. Quid pro quo. Enter the ruins. Alright. That's supposed to be chicken. It's Karen. Whoa, okay. A little bit of lag initially. Okay, we can jump. We can inspect things. An old wooden rowboat. Karen must have used it to rescue me from the river. Okay.
The ruins are just beyond those columns. Please, hurry.
Use your mouse to raise your flashlight. Okay. Guess the flashlight doesn't work on water. Alright, here we go. Into the ruins. Search for clues about Al's whereabouts. Alright. A rusted metal torch, which must have been lit by Al. I'm going the right way. Hold shift to sprint. Oh, perfect. Okay. I don't think I really want to sprint just yet, though, because I'm sort of taking in the environment here and seeing if there's anything extra. Whoa, did you see that? It's like I levitated up. And you'll have to bear with me when I'm... Oh my gosh. Can I jump up here? That's weird. Okay. I guess this is supposed to... When it looks like I'm levitating, I guess it's supposed to be like he's pulling himself up, maybe? What is this? I was about to say, though, when I'm playing games like this, I really take my time to inspect everything, see if there's anything in the environment that It's like a Easter egg or something you can pick up along the way. I don't I don't really like that levitating thing that they have going on. Okay, use your scrolly thing to lower your flashlight again. Alright, so there's a backpack there. What's behind this thing? Oh, okay, invisible wall. Whoa, sick. Sick flame action. Alright. Backpack. A backpack. Full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still, it seems strange that Al left it behind. Oh. It's like the Tasmanian devil. Alright. So we can't take it, we'll just leave it there. And a note.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged."
Oh. Alright. Well, I guess I stepped forth and I was judged. I wish they would have given me a chance to kind of look around that.
Judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place. Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
I'm not back in an hour. All right. Well, let's go exploring. Okay. Creepy. A Roman gladiator mistried what could have made a gladiator flee. So all the statues look like they're made of gold. Boy, I can see how Al spent over an hour here. Very creepy. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. Go back there? No. Roman legionary in a state of terror. this owl set these fires. Boy, this place is pretty big. Ooh. Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. Keep praying, I'm sure it'll come soon. Maybe I'm the help. Oh. It's morbid. Golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al, but how is that possible? Oh. I mean, yeah, I guess you could make that connection. Alright, let's see. Inscribed stone tablet.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
I guess that's one of the endings you could choose, is just to kill yourself right now, but that seems like a poor decision. So I guess it's insinuating that he killed himself. A young Roman woman in a state of panic. Well, they want me to go that way. A Roman man on his knees as if begging his gods for mercy. Well... without further ado... the remains of a human, whoever it was, died a long, long time ago. Here we go. A Roman relief depicting a great circular portrait and two women. I wonder who they could be. Figure out how to return to your original time. That's a new main goal. There's two women here and portal. Alright. And yeah, this is where we just were. Except we're in the past. So let's talk to this guy. Mr. Clean.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Chris and I just come from the future. Wait, are you speaking English? Shrine of Prosperia. Yeah, why are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Alright, so we're speaking Latin. Apparently.
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? And you've
Agricultural
just done it
goddess.
again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Seriously, what's
We
today's
sort
date?
of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused.
AUC?
817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from exactly?
That doesn't help me. Is this before or after Christ? Alright, archaeologist insight. So it's 65 CE.
CE? No idea what you're talking about. But listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Yeah, alright.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Lead the way, or what's this about? Let's see what's this about.
The magistrate wants to brief you about the golden rule. It shouldn't
Golden
take too
rule.
long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
There's an election today, alright.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Alright.
What now?
Yeah, let's talk to him. What's your story?
I'm a legionary of the First Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughters. Daughter, I should say. And the others, and making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
How did you end up here?
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl. And pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People were screaming, trampling each other. Then some genetricum fugitor tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose. Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Scintilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit.
Scintilla, okay. What can you tell me about the magistrate?
He's one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that.
Do you know a way out of here?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
Can I see the city register?
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
Register of each person in the city in alphabetical order. Okay. Colorist, Georges, merchant. Forge for scrap, guard, fisherman, debt, bondsman to Malaeos, hairdresser, nurse, money lending, physician, cleaning, gardening, troll, pupil, magistrate, architect. Okay, thanks, I guess.
Of course.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like 100-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
So he's talking about putting the kibosh on people who are plotting, basically, before they're able to enact a plan. So probably some foreshadowing with this game. Something to keep in mind, and I'm sure it'll become pretty clear why he's bringing this up. He's talking about soldiers right now, but I'm sure it's gonna happen in this city. Are you saying you're in favor of it? Where I'm from, that would be considered collective punishment, which is a war crime. Let's ask her if he's in favor.
I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and those memories will always visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot. As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it, so railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing.
Alright, let's go with that second
Warcry.
option.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
This guy quotes a lot of people. That's messed up. Our worlds are very different. I agree with you. The laws fall silent.
Seems that way. War crimes. Ridiculous.
Alright, let's talk about something
If
else.
you like.
Who are you gonna vote for?
Not that it's any of your business. But my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius. Unfortunately, I don't think my vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery and intimidation. The man's a savage, but he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course, but he doesn't have the same rat cunning as Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change.
Can I help? That's too bad. Isn't that kind of weak?
I
Can I help?
appreciate the thought, but you're new here, and I just can't see how you could make an impact in the time between now and the election this afternoon. In any case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings.
New lead, democracy in action. Figure out how to make Malleolus drop out of the election. Meet Malleolus. I'm gonna have to figure out how to say that name.
All right.
Okay, well the voice acting is pretty good so far in this game, which helps. Examine shovel. It helps to kind of set the tone. Shovel, a Roman fire shovel made of bronze. It smells like ash. Cool. What's this gal doing?
This place has become a thoroughfare. Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
What's your story?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate.
Ah, you're Sentia.
But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
I'm charming. Yeah, charming.
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the...
Alright,
What
let's
are
try
you
the other
doing?
one. I'm not from around here.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
Do you know a way out of here?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's
Is
just
that
a
Karen she's
stupid
talking about?
rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I
Scintilla,
wish you
Karen?
mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Okay, can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
Scintilla. Why are your names so similar? You look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's disappearance. When did you last see her? I want to ask about the names.
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest, and my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Scintilla.
Alright. When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy, in love. We went into
With
our
Al?
rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone. That's it.
That's my guess, is that she's talking about Karen. Karen was in love with Al. Yeah, was she seeing
I
someone?
think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
Yeah. Seems like Al.
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
Yeah, is it possible her lover was
I
involved?
don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
I wonder if Al is still alive now that we're in the past. That is quite a face she has right there. Those lips. Very puckered. Boy. Just tough to look at. Alright, you look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's
Why?
disappearance.
Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy. I hope
Fair
you're not
point.
insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
Just an observation, are you? I think you know something you're not telling me. Should we rock the boat with Sentia? Yeah, sure.
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
Whoops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that one. Oh well. Hopefully that's not a big deal. Okay, looks like we gotta go over there. Go talk to that guy. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Steal. I won't steal anything just yet. I don't know how that works in this game. If I steal something, it's gonna screw me over. Lorarium? A small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection. Okay, there's a letter. Note from Scintilla. Alright. Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. Scintilla to Sentius, may Jupiter, Optimus, Maximus continue to protect me and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise will wear it always. I promise I will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month, but if you can just show them the strong, independent man I know you to be, you'll be reelected. I'm sure of it. Cool. So, Scintilla, who I have a strong suspicion is Karen, was
If you're snooping
adopted.
around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Oh. Sorry.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Of course, I'm Chris.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing.
Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Yeah, no.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Boy, good thing I didn't steal that gold from him. Or whatever it was in his chest. Or I guess we'd all be dead. Okay, what counts as a sin
An
here?
intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Makes sense to me. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from. Ooh. Well, let's do a little challenge of Sentius here.
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Okay, don't your laws allow slave ownership? Don't your people watch blood sports for entertainment? Don't women have fewer rights than men? Don't you persecute Christians? Don't you practice collective punishment? Wow, this is a lot to choose from here. Sure, he said everyone's equal, so let's ask him about the women having fewer rights.
Of course, but with fewer rights come fewer responsibilities, and the right to be protected by their fathers and husbands.
Okay, bro. How about blood sports?
On occasion, but our gladiators are almost all volunteers seeking glory, or condemned prisoners who would have been executed anyway. I do not see the harm.
Okay. slave ownership.
Of course. What else would we do with those prisoners of war who would otherwise have been executed? And besides, there are laws for their protection as well.
Do you persecute Christians?
You mean the blasphemous cult responsible for burning down half of Rome last year? It's hard to blame the people for being angry about that.
Do you practice collective
Are you
punishment?
talking about our practice of decimation? Of course. We could hardly unite all these warring tribes without a disciplined, formidable legion.
Where I'm from, we consider those things to be abhorrent. Jeez. I mean, I already pissed off his daughter. Should I keep... Alright. Should I keep going down this path? You know what, screw it. Let's do it.
Well, right now, you're a long, long way from home. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
Alright. Wow. That was just one question here that led to all that. What did you mean when you said Prosperna sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
You're right.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You don't want to know, buddy. You'd all been turned into golden statues.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly.
Yeah, of course.
The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Yeah, we saw the human remains.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well,
Fair enough.
It pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Okay, do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of
that's
eyes.
a no.
The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
Alright. How do I know you're not the person responsible? Do you think it could be related to Scintilla's disappearance?
Ah, so you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule, so I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me, I would be eternally grateful.
Yeah, tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda.
What political
Their
agenda? There's
selfishness
20
and
people here.
recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
Alright. If I do this, will you help get me back to my own time?
If I understand Prosperna's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
I think so. Alright, Sentius, thank you.
Good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
You can count me in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave.
Alright.
Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Alright, Sentius, thank you.
One last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Yeah, okay, we'll prioritize that one then. Okay, well thanks, Sentius. Nice to meet you. You're a very chatty individual. He had a lot to share. And I think I'll actually pause it here and pick it up next time. You know, one thing I don't like is like the hazy look. It's like foggy almost. I wonder if that changes as the game goes on. Like, I'd love to just kind of get a better feel of the look of the city. But either way, I'm invested. We'll pick this up next time. And thanks for watching. And I'll stop it here. Alright, bye guys.